So you signed up, let's see if I can follow. You signed up in, did you live in Cincinnati? Go to high school in Cincinnati?
Yeah, right.
And then you signed up and they sent you to California for training?
Well, I went first when I went to basic training down at Harlingen Field in Texas
Oh, okay.
for basic training.
And then that was like your advanced individual training or whatever? When they sent you to
Well, that's
California?
what every soldier gets when they first go in.
Hmm.
And then they get assigned to some kind of a outfit, whether it be artillery or infantry or whatever they get.
So everybody went through the same basic, and then once you decide what you're going to do, they send you to some other school?
With us, we had already had that determination. We had already taken tests and everything was, already determined.
Mm-hmm.
One of my buddy Harlan and I was the one who took it together, but his birthday is in the first part of June, and he went in, and he was all the way in the last 2 weeks of training, just like your grandpa, or like your dad, your father-in-law. Steve was in the last week when the Vietnamese War ended, and they stopped the program. They did that same thing with him. He was in B-29. He had 2 weeks to go in the war, and then, so he didn't finish. He didn't go to college. He did very well, but he died a number of years ago now.
This was your friend Harlan?
Harlan, yeah, he's the best man at our wedding, yeah. He had a growth on his nose and had been there. When he played football, he used to skin it off and that, but anyway, it was cancerous. And, what do they call that, Terry?
Melanoma?
Yeah. That's what killed him.
How long ago was that?
Harlan's been dead probably 20 years already. He was the healthiest of all of us. He was a good football player.
So how long was that training you did in California? Was that? Yeah. How long did it take to do all your?
Well, it was 8 weeks, but it was mostly academic. Navigation and stuff like that. It's called free flight.
And after that, they sent you straight to the Philippines or wherever you guys went?
No, after that, we went to pilot training or navigation school or after free flight.
So this was all
bombardier school. You go to one of those 3 schools, but as I say, they discontinued it because they had enough people in training.
Oh, that's okay.
They didn't need them anymore, so they gave an opportunity to go into either mechanic school or radio operator or armament. The only reason I went to armament is it was a quicker program. I didn't want to be piddling around the way it was.
Did you leave by Florida?
And armament school, how long did you say that was? 14 weeks?
Huh?
Armament school was 14 weeks, is that what you said?
I'm sorry, Justin, I didn't hear you.
That's all right. The armament school that you said you went to?
Yeah, armament,
Was
right.
that 14 weeks? Is that what you said?
Yeah, it was 14 weeks. It was at Larry Field in Denver, Colorado.
And that was the last of the
Yeah, we went through all the machine guns. We used to have to assemble them and disassemble them blinded.
Really?
Without seeing them. And we went on all the bombs and how all the bomb release systems from the aircrafts, where they released how they were in the bomb racks and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
And then also was actually underneath answerable to the bombardier. In fact, in one of our missions, we had a 1,000-pound bomb hang up didn't release when it was supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
And I got on intercom and went down into the bomb bay, and he opened up the bomb bay doors, and we went over a target. And when he told me to kick it out, we called it kicking it out. What we did, release, hit the lever to release. Well, we didn't hit the town that we were aiming at, but we hit about maybe 100 yards from it. In Japan, the towns were all clustered together, and all around them were fields. People work out of it. It isn't like in Ohio, they have all these little different farms, you know, how it is.
Right, everybody lives together.
Right, they all live right in one clump.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm sure it blew every window out in that darn town with that 1,000-pound cup. We saw the crater. The crater was 50 feet deep, it looked like.
Yeah.
Anyway, blew it. But we didn't hit the town. I'm glad we didn't hit the town. Would have killed a lot of people. Well, we were trying to. It just take an instant, you know, difference between the time the bombardier said, kick it out, you know.
Oh yeah, going that fast in the air.
Right, that's
makes a
right.
big difference.
That's right. I was talking to John Akers, he's real bright, gifted guy. I thought he graduated from Wayne State, and he married a girl that was going to school with there, and they went up out to San Fernando Valley, California. When we were out there in training a number of times, he said he's going to go out there to live, and he did. But anyway,
To Japan to live? Gonna go to Japan to live?
San Fernando, California.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
Or I can afford
he was talking to me the other day. He said, I don't remember when we came back from that one mission. We had that 27 flak hole the other way. John, I don't remember that. He did. He used to write down everything.
So what were the six? You said you went on 6 bombing missions?
Well, Japan, but we went to a couple in China,
Right.
a couple in the Philippines, and about a half dozen in the Palau Islands. There's a big island there called Babelthor. Anyway, and the Japanese had occupied Angar, which was the island where excuse me, I'm sorry.
It's alright. I'm probably asking you too many questions.
That doesn't matter, I don't. Anyway, Angar is a small island that the Marines took.
Let me get you some water.
Anyway, the Marines took, and of course we had an air base there.
Can you get some water?
I didn't know.
Okay.
Anyway, Babelthorpe was isolated and had 10,000, they estimated 10,000 Japanese soldiers on it, but they couldn't get them off or couldn't get anyone. So we would run missions up there and drop fragmentation bombs on them, of course. They get shot at sometime by small arm, but they never counted those missions particularly. They weren't like bombing missions per se. Fragmentation bombs were, well, they weren't about that big, but in clusters. And you drop them, and of course, if you were within 30 feet of one of them, why you'd, well, get your head cut off, you know. But we did practice missions up there several times, but they never counted them. But twice we bombed the Philippines, some isolated Japanese people there. They were in the Mountains. They were coming out of the mountains 20 years after the war ended.
Japanese were?
Yeah.
Wow. What were they doing in the Philippines? Just occupying it, or?
They didn't know the war was over, and they were hiding in the mountains.
Golly.
We did a couple runs over in China, and then we did a couple up in Korea. We dropped leaflets up there in Korea. This guy, Glenn Beck, he's leaving.
Yeah, I thought he's already gone. They fired him because he said something they didn't agree with or something.
No. He's going to do some other program. He's still going to be working for Fox.
Oh, is he?
But he's going to be doing other things.